There we go. Holy crap, Safi immediately. And husband. Hi, everybody. That was fast. Happy Friday. Hopefully, everybody's gearing up for a good weekend. We can only hope. Hi, Arcane and Dr. Quark. Hello. So good to see all of you so early in the stream. Two biggest fans. Aw. Hi, hi. How's everybody week? The heavy hitters in stream. Yeah, Friday seems to be the big day for streaming. So appreciate you guys showing up. A few questions for Galdor. Yeah, of course, that's what we're here for. I will. It's because I don't want to do my tasks at work. I can understand that. I think that's what Friday is for. Is avoiding tasks at work. Why is my throat all of a sudden? Hang on, I gotta cough. Mute. Hi, Eek. Just those last little bits of that cough trying to get out. Hopefully it's good for tomorrow's session. I should be fine. Still first. Yes, Safi was immediately, like, before the bot even got into chat, Safi was like, "Hi, I'm here." So I appreciate your enthusiasm, my friend. Parchment is a definitely made out of leather. You mentioned it made out of planty matter, and you still have animals on Galdor. I mean, if you want to have parchment like material, maybe a different name would be better. I'm here to tell you I'd eat your room. Thank you. Yeah, I've been adding more and more chaos to it. Because I mean, it's me. As for your question, Dr. Cork, the Wednesday stream actually went incredibly well because Stinks was going freaking crazy making plants for Galdor, there's Stinks, and they, could use the word vellum. Isn't vellum specifically hide as well? Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Parchment is just my go-to because that's what's used in fantasy books. I was planning a few ideas over the weekend. Yeah, Stinks went crazy making a bunch of plants for each of the regions of Galdor, and they went off. They went crazy. They made so many. I know there's one that they made that was like specifically a papyrus type thing for Ta'amun, which, serves as our papyrus scrolls and things like that. I burned my arm trying to get pizza out of the oven. Oh man, been there. um, but yeah, I mean there are still leathers in this world, so there are still animal skins being used. But I mean, it's just the word parchment is going to get stuck in my head because that's 36 years of me reading fantasy and watching fantasy and just Scribegrass. Thank you. Yes, is the name of papyrus plant. Yeah. Um. So when I'm describing it, I might default to parchment because it's just the word that I relate to paper used in fantasy settings. Yet there are many different paper-like materials. Yes, very true. but yeah, there's a bunch of different types of materials that are used throughout, and they might differ being called different things dependent on region, and maybe that word just means paper in this, or thing that you write on, basically. So my coffee cup is dripping. It's sweaty in here. Hang on. So, but I am willing to listen to anybody's ideas in regards to writing systems and writing materials and all that kind of stuff. So, Asher is also literally right in front of chat, blocking with his big butt. There he goes. Bye. He was napping right in front of you guys. But yeah, parchment is just my go-to word. I know the definition isn't completely accurate, but it's just the word that I go to. Just because that's what my brain goes to. So, I really like the idea of a primordial wind warlock from Ryoto with tiny Akakana familiar in a little fishbowl. That's very cute. I love that. That's a great idea. Um, yeah, so... God damn it, hang on. Mute. Okay. Can there be... Man, everybody's going off today. I'm very appreciative. Can there be a small corner of Galdor hidden under a rock where my Chornian runes live? I mean, Stanskred would be a very rocky-based place, so, like, runes and stuff like that would be used. You know, stone tablets and stuff. The Desert Wind class hit expanded. Yeah, I saw you talking about that. I'm very excited to see what you add to it. So yeah, that's absolutely possible. Pretty much every writing, Soto typos. Yeah, every writing material that exists in real life and some that don't probably exist in some way. Like I said, leathers do exist in some way. There are still leather armor, there are still clothing made of hides. It's just that it's not... It also has similar plant life that can offer itself as hide, or at least hide adjacent, if you will. Just so if somebody wants to be purely, you know, plant-based in all of their resources, they absolutely can. Damn, sorry. Making Coast Druid that isn't a Sea Druid is hard. Yeah, I'd imagine Stenskred would use runes engraved into Hearthstone and what is a writing system. Yeah. Side note, I'm finishing economics soon. Oh god, I hated economics class when I was in school. Oh god, I do not envy you. But yeah, Stenskred would definitely, at least, and maybe Vorska in some way. Maybe vellum you mean when you say parchment. Parchment, I don't know, I just call it parchment. Parchment is just kind of an umbrella term. Whether or not that is correct is not the point. Mr. Nelson! Yeah, Mr. Nelson was my economics teacher in high school. He was great. He was a great teacher. Mr. Nelson. That's messed up. It's, you know, whatever, you know. It's, again, like I said, it's from 36 years of reading fantasy stories and it being referred to as parchment. That's not going to go away in my brain anytime soon. So it's just easier for me to be like, it's, you know. So far, I've got a level 2 feature, lets you wild shape into Coast Avatar, which takes the form of the sea, shore, or land. All three let you gain an AoE action, water pulls, land pushes, and sand grapples. Very cool. Vellum specifically means calf hide. Yeah, that's right. Okay, that's what I was thinking. Most writing materials in this world are plant-based or stone-based. Yeah. As for a shore-based instead of sea-based druid, oh, very interesting. Or, yeah, very, very cool idea. I am not a beach person, so I can offer very little. Although I do live in Florida, so, you know, I'm just thinking of, like, since the shore is made up, you know, sand is made up of primarily, like, broken down shells and things like that, so I'm imagining, like, something like with armor made of shells, which is cool. You know, a lot of, like, hurricane kind of weather control would be cool, you know? Again, Florida, I know my hurricanes. You know, sandblasting people is not fun, so that would be a cool kind of thing. You know, tidal waves, tsunamis, that kind of scary stuff. Vellum, not vellum, which is top cap of mushrooms. I don't know why I assumed you lived on the West Coast, even though I know that's not how time zones work. I do not. I have never been to the West Coast. Would absolutely love to go. I don't think I've technically been past the Mississippi, which is unfortunate. I would love to go over there one day because I hear the nature is completely different. My dad, who was a trucker for a lot of his life, talked about how the minute you cross over the Mississippi, it's like you're on Mars because everything is so different. Shells or shell resin or concrete, like in Spanish forts. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's a good point. I have another idea for a drug plant from ganja that doubles as a writing material. Dope! Awesome. You can post it here, but also be sure to post it in the Discord, because I'll lose it if it's in chat, if I don't see it, or if I don't copy-paste it, so be sure to mention it here, but mention it over in Discord as well. I think I got all the ones from Wednesday's stream, hopefully. But yeah, so the first half of the stream, we're gonna just, you know, chat about world building and stuff. You guys seem to have a bunch of ideas, so I'm very excited. The second half of the stream will probably be a spoiler stream, so I will announce it, Eek, you will know before we get into any spoiler territory, so you can head out. But yeah, so I'll just be going over my game notes and maybe asking you guys for some ideas. I have some catching points that I want to talk to you guys about later on in the stream. So because I ran out of ideas. So yeah, but for now we're not gonna do any spoilers, so don't worry about that. Let me get over to here. Cool. Yeah, so we've got a bunch of plant stuff already figured out. I'm very excited. Stinks also made some animals, which is great. Again, those two things, like flora and fauna of an area, are some of the main deciders of a lot of cultural phenomena. You know, there's a reason that, you know, as for writing material, my recent funny idea I've read is to make kombucha, after which you are left with a colony of microorganisms that which can be dried, oiled, and used similar to leather, and possible as writing material. Huh. Interesting. Kombucha is so gross. I've tried it recently. It was not my vibe. I love vinegar. I love like pickles and olives and all those things, but for some reason that kombucha, man, was bit too much for me. But that's a great idea. Yeah, again, like think of anything that can be used sustainably, like offshoots of creating different things. Like that, and yeah, it's absolutely something that can be done in Galdor. I mean, growing parchment as a byproduct of fermenting of XYZ. Yeah, absolutely. That's a great idea, and I mean, people go and ferment in Galdor. Hi, Asher. Hold on, do we need to go back to full screen for an Asher moment? Are you gonna cooperate? Come here. Come here. Come here. You so rarely show up on stream. Come here. Oh god, here we go. Cat moment. Hang on. Where is he? There he is. This is my boy. Oh, he's got the clawsies out. Oh. We could talk to Christine for meat mushrooms ideas. That's very true. This is Asher being very good. Oh, goodness. Oh, he's so mad. Look at the camera with your beautiful eyes so they can actually see you, because you blend into my shirt. Oh, there he is. Look at that face. This is my boy. He's so hard to see. Look at those eyes. Look, he matches his pillow up there. Oh, good beans. Okay. Alright, bye Asher. Love you. Thank you for visiting. Why not a tree whose fruits, when in hot days, instead of fermenting into alcohol, ferments into something more spicy? Ooh, that's always fun. Natural grown hot sauce. I'm into it. I love hot sauce. I love how so many ideas are coming from the plant life idea. That's very cool to me. It makes it very fun. Hang on. Let me see here. Here's my plant life section. I have several different places for plant life. Also, Slovakia's shepherds have fermented drink out of milk called, I'm probably going to say that wrong, Zinzika? I hope I'm saying that right, as a byproduct of making brinza cheese. So you could decide that the film of making curds out of milk can be processed into paper-like material. Again, like I said, anything that can exist in this Earth and beyond probably happens somewhere in Galdor. I mean, we probably have just as many writing materials in Galdor as Earth does, and continuing on. So yeah, parchment, the mushrooms, dried fruit leather, like not the snack, but the actual like leather made out of fruit could happen. You know, the cheese thing, all of it. I think it just would depend on the culture and what they farm normally, what byproducts are available to them, that kind of thing, you know. Um, but yeah, it's fun to think about how many different cheese paper. Yeah, num 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 num. Untans animal. Okay. Primarily sheep, calves, and goats. Alright, so Stinks, I believe, made a goat creature that is from Stenskred, if I remember correctly, so they could use parchment even over there, too. Cheese paper sounds like a halfling thing, yes. Not cheese, but milk. Yeah, yes. But, so yeah, all of that stuff. Here, I should have, hang on. Um, Writing, systems, and materials. There we go. The Steinsfress, yeah. Summer dragon pepper. This pepper-shaped fruit grows on trees in the tropical area of, I forgot the name, Ganja. In hot days, the branches are too dry to properly dispense the fruit and make it fall, so it instead hangs on and the heat reacts with the enzymes in the fruit to make a good dash of capsaicin. Also, you know the fruit's good when it's squishy. Nice. Also, I'm still wanting for a bit more info for the races to make recipes for cooking. Yeah, that's gonna come. I mean, so far, we were talking about that. Hang on. Wait a minute, we have plants. We do have plants. We have animals. We do. Yes. Go on. But no fucking minerals. That, yes. Speaking of that, hang on, let me show you what I found earlier. I'm gonna have to look into it, and I think it costs money, so I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get it. Okay, if you want to make Galdor rocks, go for it. Papaya. Sawgrass-like plant native ganja. Contains an antidepressant chemical that, while rather weak normally, it Yeah, your map! That's... Hey! Hi, Arcane. Arcane made it on the stream. It increases its potency heavily when fermented. In addition to the use as an antidepressant, this plant deconstructs into fibers when dried, can be used to make rope or woven papyrus. Cool. Also for ink, old Japanese ink is made out of gelatin and soot collected from oil lamps, so that is a sustainable way to make ink. Also, ink was made out of parasitic colonies living on oak tree leaves. That's cool. I think Stinks made a fruit that specifically or a tree that bleeds ink, basically. There was a mention about mountain underground hogs or pigs for bacon. Well, we have the moss hogs and the shroom hogs. They could be underground. I mean, given their plant-based, you know, names. I will be the designated wharf geologist. Go for it. But also, I found... Hang on. I just followed this account that followed me back very kindly on Instagram. Let me see. Pete Leet, which is a great name. But he has this. A Kobold's Guide to Awesome Ores. I do not currently own it, but it's an expanded way. It's 20 new metals and ores to enhance weapon and armor making, which is very cool. So I don't have it right now. I'm probably not going to... Oh, it's free on DM's Guild. Okay, shout out to Pete Leet. It's pay what you want. Okay, well, go give Pete Leet some money. You're thinking of lantern oil trees. That's the one. Their sap is made up of lantern oil. Thank you. You came up with so many things. God, sorry. Hang on. I was fine until I started talking. And my favorite, a fruit tree which only fruit during the winter nights, and as it gets warmer it constricts the fruit, making it pressurized until it explodes. Yeah. Let's call it winter pear. Awesome. Speaking of underground animals, which, yes, pigs and like shroom hogs and moss hogs could both be relatively comfortable. Probably more shroom hogs, so it might be more dangerous But there are so many weird underground animals that I'd like to reference a lot of them. Like, every time you look at some nature documentary that takes place in a cave, like, you see, like, like, all the blind, like, lizards and geckos and, like, cave scorpions, and all that kind of shit. So, you know, underground is going to be a kind of creepy place automatically in Galdor because it's away from the sun. And the sun is kind of a big thing in Galdor, and nature is a big thing. And even though caves, yes, are a part of nature, there's something to be said about how weird it gets the minute you're away from the sun. So think of anything like Gollum-esque, like weird lizards and stuff. So that's my thought on underground animals, which we'll eventually figure out. A lot of them in Stenskred, a lot of them in Vorska. We have coal, but I give you chromatite. Mineral formed from magma cooling off in the sand. Chromatite is a flaky mineral that can be harvested, washed, and mixed with putty, paint, and liquids as a powder to dye it with this glossy bluish yellow. And chromatite's hue can change depending on the cooling speed. Ooh, that's fun. How about worms which eat glowing bacteria, making this long lines of slowly moving streaks, which are edible even. Ah, that's cool. Yeah, we got fucking glowy gummy worms. Like snails that leave their gross. You'd have to be real hungry to eat that, but I'm here for it. Locking in for school. Have fun with your spoilers. Okay, I will see you later, or at least tomorrow, Eek. Bye. But yeah, so I mean, here, let me. Okay, you guys are going all over the place, and I'm trying. Alright, we're talking about minerals, and we're also talking about the information in regards to races. So, we found out a lot about the Dragonborn and the Kobolds. We have that pretty much down. I just have to figure out some social stuff, like cultural stuff. One of the problems is when you have no photosynthesis, you basically can only be... Is it catrophy? Catrophy. Which means you would have anything living there quite mineral-like. Also cool, you know, like living rock creatures and things like that. Chemotrophy, thank you. Yeah, so that could definitely be a thing. There could be like, there could also be things that like feed off of, you know, bioluminescent, whatever, you know. Again, we don't have to follow the rules of science. I mean, I know a lot of world builders want to. Basically meaning eating chemicals like sulfur or iron, which oxides to make energy. Very cool. That's where a lot of, you know, rock creatures and elemental creatures could come from when they're underground, which is a very cool idea. So, Monarch Iron, a natural... Oh my god, hang on. I gotta make a page for... I have an idea. Go for it. Okay, hang on. I actually need to make a page specifically for nature. That's what I should do, so I know what the hell I'm talking about. Natural world. Okay. So, let me do... Hang on, I gotta set all this up. Let's do plants. Plants. And then... Animals. Okay. Minerals. Oops. Minerals. And fungus, because fungus get a different page because nobody understands how fungus works. Rust snail. Oh, okay. Rust monsters. Snail which eats iron trophic and sulfur trophic bacteria which digest and make it surplus of iron and sulfur producing pyrite, which it uses to make its shell. Oh, golden snail! I love that idea. That's a great idea. Now I have to take... Hang on. I have to take a bunch of stuff from... Here we go. I'm gonna take Stinks' stuff that they went crazy with. I gotta take the stuff from... Here we go. So these are plants. And these are... Whoops. No, no, no. Animals. Okay. I'll have to move everything over, but that's fine. I'll probably make separate pages for all of these and maybe find reference images for each of them if I can. Oh, excuse me, if I can. What is going on with me today? Sorry, don't mean to cough in your ear. Oh, it's just endless. Okay. Rust snail. Let me put that over here. Hang on. Gotcha. There we go. Lizard eye. Okay, hang on. A specific formation of crystals in the in-between of both dark and light side, sought after for its magical resonance. A lizard eye is a greenish circular gem with a circle pattern. It's very hard to get a lizard eye out of its geode-like shell without damaging it, but someone who can harvest one, sell it, and live for months. Very cool. However, a powerful spellcaster can use Lizard Eye as a focus to extend the accuracy and range of spells. That's fun. Does contraceptive exist on Galdor? So, what we've decided in regards to that, let me put that down. In regards to contraceptive pregnancy and continuing whatever race you may be a part of, instead of just saying, you know, we basically did an umbrella term saying that you didn't get pregnant unless you wanted to. Moving farther into that. What that means is that if you would like to have a baby with another person, both people consenting, without force, without anything, have to enter into a magical ritual. Now, that ritual can change depending on culture, the couple in question, that kind of thing. So, basically, if you go into a, you know, breeding ritual... Oh, that sounds gross. Pregnancy ritual. That's not much better, but I'll say it. Then you can... You have to both agree to it, you have to both be into it, and you both have to, like, be capable, I guess. It involves perhaps judgment by the gods or some other third party. I don't know. I don't know the specifics of it. So contraception is the natural state of the world, and if you want to have a baby, you have to work for it, basically, to kind of cover all of those possible, like, issues that come from such a thing. So that's what we're going with. We'll hash out the details later. Large amoeba-like creatures who fly within caves of Stenskred on manta wing-like pseudopods. Ooh! They subsume cave bugs into their body and slowly digest them to gain energy, gliding from stalactite to stalactite. Ooh, I see that, like, with, I see that with bioluminescence. Like, they kind of collect all these bugs and they just and disappear. Very cool. Alright. Galdite. Oh. Most common rock in Galdor, made of an amalgamation of smaller minerals. Galdite is similar to granite. One key difference, Galdite is easier to carve and polish. I love that. That's fantastic. Okay, that's minerals. You guys are crazy, man. And we have gem dragon, so we don't have to get fungus. Maiden's Veil. Yellow... Small mushroom fruiting in late spring and early summer. It is freely growing in coniferous forests and eats decaying plant matter. In dried form, it is sought after by especially young women, as if made to a tea or drink and added to topically dilate the pupils of the eyes, making them more alluring. Capped. Gotcha. Small cap. Yeah. Or... the idea of a beauty standard being really big pupils is very cute to me. I like that a lot. It's like, if you don't look like an anime girl... That's fun, because based on Atropa belladonna, which is oh yeah, belladonna. I'm very aware of. Oh, we're getting an ad. I'm gonna hit the bathroom real quick. I will be right back. Alright, we're back. Snake buttons under mushrooms. Yeah, I will move stuff around outside of the stream because it's boring to watch. Oh god. Oh, you guys going crazy. Fool's Mithril. Does Mithril exist? Who cares? This isn't Mithril. It's a very soft metal similar to calcium that deposits in tiny clumps alongside the ocean floors and shores. Fool's Mithril is sometimes used in jewelry, but its softness and tediousness makes it too expensive compared to its worth. However, a skilled blacksmith could use it as an alloying base to make metals rust-proof, have a soft blue glow, and count as half silvered. AKA can deal half damage to werewolves. That's interesting. Mithril definitely exists in this world. But that's a cool idea. Oops. Fungus. Cows or another animal's feet. Yep. Hang on, let me get over here. A white-capped, large ball-shaped mushroom grow from piles of excrement of ruminant animals, sure. If not harvested young, it will quickly dry and release spores, which are then eaten by said ruminants for next spread. It needs acidic soil to grow. It has bland taste, but it's a good source of protein and eaten or added into soups to prop up food supplies. Interesting. How common are volcanoes on both sides of the world? That is an excellent question that I don't know the answer to. Because, okay, I know I keep saying we don't have to follow science, and we're not, because this is a flat world. The world's a tree. So there's not plate tectonics or anything like that, and there's no molten lycanthropo. No race in this world is considered inherently evil. Everyone is considered inherently neutral, let's say that, but probably siding more towards good. So yes, werewolves exist absolutely, because I love werewolves so much and they're going to exist in my world, but they are not inherently evil. No one is. Ever. So because volcanoes exist because of plate tectonics and because magma. They're only gonna exist probably in the mountainous regions, so out on this, so like not stony, but you know, Stenskred, Vorska, and Ryoto are gonna be the main places that hold volcanoes, and they're gonna be very specifically placed by the gods, because they just thought a volcano would be cool there. So it would be cool as like, and maybe in Ganja as well, because it's kind of a Hawaii kind of based place, but also islands. So, you know, maybe some in Ganja as well. So yeah, they're not common, but it's not unknown to have volcanoes. So there's probably going to be quite a few in Stenskred and quite a few in Ryoto and Ganja. Again, maybe a couple in Vorska that maybe are dormant. I like the idea of some of these islands out in this corner kind of being volcano islands. Also played with magma-based nodes being in desert as points of elemental fire magic. Yeah, that's more like, less like a volcano and more like Skyrim. Minecraft, where it's just you walk up and there's a lake of fucking magma for no reason. So, think of that. What kind of habitat is Orovig? It is a jungle. It's like the Amazon. Glass volcano sounds badass. Oh, fungus. Granny's treasure. Brown cap mushroom of small size growing in many forests as intermittent decomposers. Destruent. Good name. Or good word. People, especially older ones, like to go find and collect them for hours as they are pleasant taste and can be dried for long-term storage. It is often eaten and made into soups or fried with eggs. Eaten raw, they can give you cramps but are not dangerous, so can be survival food. I like that. Granny's treasure is a great name for it, too. Glass volcanoes is an interesting idea. Again, it would be... I like, in the desert, the idea of, like, lakes of lava, more than just more volcanoes. There probably is one big, maybe, volcano, kind of like Mount Fuji somewhere in the desert, which is interesting to think about. Does that make sense geographically? Eh, whatever. Or okay, here's an interesting idea. What if you have, like, points of the desert where the heat got to be so much that the sand was turned into glass, but instead it's flat, so you can walk over lava lakes and, like, look down, you know, like those bridges that people make that are insane that go over fucking, like, crevices, and they're just glass floors, and you can look down, but, like, that and naturally formed in the desert, because that sounds cool to me, and like a really annoying fight to have. Like, could you imagine? Like, no, you're not fighting on ice, you're fighting on fucking glass that could crack, descending you down into lava. That sounds cool. Glass flats instead of salt flats. Yes, exactly, glass flats. That's very cool. I like that. Let's make another page of, like, I guess you would call it, like, natural formations, I guess? Natural formations. Alright, let's just do that, sure. And glass flats instead of salt flats over lava lakes. That's cool. Oh my god, you guys! You guys, one at a time! No, I love your enthusiasm. Divinium, also known as God's Tear. When a god is sad, it sheds a tear that manifests in a soft rumble of the volcano. The volcano then launches a Rupert? A Rupert drops. I don't know what that means. Shaped tear made of divinium. These very rare jewels are incredibly resistant. They're the size of an apple, and few people have managed to use it for something useful due to its shape and unmaniability. So it's collected by churches and stuff as a gift from the sky to pay tribute to. That's cool. I like that idea. Google Prince Rupert drop. You'll understand. Okay, hang on. Prince... It's a Prince Rupert drop. Is that just a big gem? Oh, okay. Yeah, alright. I've seen these. Oh, is that what they're called? Like, glass blowers make them. They're super cool, and they're super hard to break, right? Yeah, these guys are... Yeah, that's right. These are bulletproof. You can't break it from this end, but this end always shatters. Very, very cool. That's right. I forgot that those were called that. Very cool. Oh, another fungus. Bird's fountain. Fountain-shaped mushroom with hollow in the middle of green color. They are named based on birds often drinking from them as they fruit just before rain. People believe that they need to be collected while the water is still inside them or they will not be good. They're a bit tough to eat but have pleasant umami taste to them, and in dried form are used to spice to prop up many stews and sauces. I like that. Gaia's Terra. Is that supposed to be Tyr or Terra? Small deposit of fluorescent material which absorbs the element from where they begin to exist. Gotcha. It is a magical metal which can be used added to elemental effects to weapon or armor. That's a cool idea. I like that. Okay, before you guys continue, slow down for a sec, because there's other stuff I want to talk about. Now that Eek is not here, and I don't have to worry about spoilers, if any of my players are watching, click away now. I think Eek is the only one that tunes in, but just in case. First question. For my fellow DMs, world builders, and stuff like that. What... If you guys had to make... This is going to cost me for... I'm going to have to give the library so much money because it's the only way I can print stuff out right now. If you needed to make a physical, like, world, I guess, encyclopedia, like, all this information that you guys are giving me it's fantastic to have digitally. How do I organize it if I wanted to print it out and have it physically? Because, I ask, because the place that I DM this game at, that I need this information for, my internet doesn't work. They don't have internet there. So, I can't look this stuff up there. I have to print out my notes. I have to print out any information that I need. So, I mean, yes, I'm gonna go and print out some pages, but I could do an encyclopedia type setup. I could do, I guess, just, you know, good old-fashioned alphabetical, like I'm doing here, minerals, fungus, that kind of thing. But does anybody have, like, world Bibles that they have set up that they're comfortable with? A big fucking dictionary. I make hardcover homebrew books all the time. For black and white pages, it's like $20 to $25. Lulu.com. I use World Anvil. I don't only DM online. Yeah. Oops. Publish, print, and Prosper. Publish, print, sell your books internationally. Oh, that's kind of neat. I don't have the money for anything, really. I'm literally only able to print at the library because I have change and it's only like 10 cents a page. But that is an interesting thing I will save for the future because that seems very useful. I'll send you some pictures of the books I've made sometime. I would love to see them, absolutely. Yeah, World Anvil is cool, but it's too much for me. There's too many bells and whistles, you know? It's a little too fancy. I have an online wiki now, which is, you know, very bare bones, and it's just text for now. Eventually, maybe I'll get one with pictures and stuff, but again, because I don't have any of my own pictures, and I would have to use AI, I guess, if I wanted to, like, make something, and I'm still not chill with the whole AI thing because it steals artists' style, and that's not what I'm here for. I do agree with the idea that one of the best ways to handle the legality of all this is like anything made with AI should be in the public domain. However, that doesn't stop AI companies and stuff from stealing from artists' style. I understand that. I think some of them are being dumbed down to not do that, but some of them are just straight up just feeding artists' work into them, and then that way that artist loses business because somebody can just go blah 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 on the algorithm for an hour and get exactly what they needed with no support to the artist. So that's where I'm stuck on AI right now. Once we figure that out and they stop doing that, because it's a bummer, then AI will be a little bit more acceptable to me. It's as long as they stop stealing from artists. That's my problem. But thank you for that link, Arcane. That will be very interesting. Oh, there's more. Hang on. Dwarf salt. Despite its name, dwarves hate this. This grayish powder can be harvested from caves and mineral strips. It's a salt, but it gives food a slightly acidic and sweet taste. I like the idea that dwarves hate it. They're like, why did you name this after us? We didn't ask for this. Also, hang on, let me get these ones down here that you guys are making. Dagger cap. Use it as a placeholder to know where you want images, I guess, or crudely doodle in MS Paint. Yeah, I guess. I mean, it's a great thing to have for reference. Like, if you wanted to, like, type up a quick algorithm, you know, AI image to give as reference to an artist, that is the best use of AI, in my personal opinion, because at some point, you're the only one that can, like, see in your own head. So to have an AI kind of bridge that gap between client and artist is great. Usually a good artist is asking a lot of questions and showing a lot of updates and stuff like that anyway. So usually it's not too much of a problem. However, it does come up sometimes, especially for very busy artists, that they can't always sit down with every client and like hash everything out. So I think AI is good for that kind of tool, that kind of work. And not all of them steal from artists, I think, but still. Oh god. Toadstool mushrooms. Incredibly sharp serrated edge around the rim. Ooh. Enough dumb minerals I'm making useful. Okay, let's, like, calm down for a second. Let's, I appreciate you guys very much. But let's pause on the plants. Put them over in the Discord for me. Never. You could go crazy with them over there. And I will take these last two, but I'm gonna stop copy and pasting for a while because it's just becoming the whole stream, and I really don't want that. Because I do have a session tomorrow. I would like you all to focus. I'll focus on the subclass, absolutely. I have a session tomorrow that I'm relatively set up for, but I do have some questions that I want to ask you guys and I need help with, okay? So just pause real quick on the, I love your creations. I'm so excited that you guys are so inspired by it. Please continue to do though. Copying them into Galdor suggests. Yes, just inundate me. Just, you know, just go crazy there. I appreciate you guys so much. I really do. However, I have a session tomorrow. So let me go over here. Okay, full face cam for a second. But, so I did something that I've always wanted to do for this game that I've never gotten a chance to do because the games either didn't last long enough or the characters didn't stick around long enough. I made a relationship chart. I know it's hard to see it because I scribbled on it, and it's handwritten. Maybe one day I'll make a nice one digitally. But again, like I said, I don't get Galdor biologist, geologist, and ecologist. What else do we need? I love relationship charts. Great. Okay, fantastic. So I know this has been done before. I know people have done this before this, but I got the idea from I talked about this on Wednesday, the video game Vampire with a Y. It was this kind of under-the-radar vampire game that's extremely well made, I think. There's some, you know, hiccups with it, and it can get really difficult, and I've punched the desk a few times. Even on the easy difficulty. No, yeah, Vampire. But it's a great game. Maybe one day I'll play it on the stream if that's something you guys would be interested in, because I think it does deserve recognition, because it is such a great game. However, the cool thing about it is that in every area that you go into the city, you're in Yampire. That's like a vampire-based farming game. Is the Yampire? um, it's like Vampire, I think technically. It's fucking great. But it takes place in London during the Spanish flu epidemic in the early 1900s, I believe, 1916 or something, while the Great War was going on, whatever. And you play a doctor that just got back from the war, that is turned into a vampire as he returns. British, yeah. And he's dealing with that. And there's a morality system in it where you can kill everybody and be really powerful, or you can be nice and try to help people. So the thing with that is there is, in each section of the city that you go to, there is a relationship web where each section has a single person. I see Cork and Ellum typing in the Discord already. I don't know why that made me go. Yeah, exactly. That's all I'm imagining them is just like what's that movie? Bruce Almighty. He's just like, anyway. So each section has like a, what do they call it? The title of the person. It's like a community beacon or something like that. The center person that everybody's kind of connected to and is kind of helping this section of the city thrive. And if you kill that person, everybody gets fucked. But you can kill other people, and only certain people will get fucked, and all this other stuff. So that's kind of my idea of how I'm doing this. This is very, very elementary the way I did it. I color-coded it. Where's my color code? Hang on. Where is it? I don't remember. Okay, so I don't know. You can't see it really all that well. But that's everybody's name, and the colors each mean something, okay? So I've got, like, orange means they're friends, red means somebody has a crush on somebody else, purple is, like, business partners, I got pink as, like, married. You can see it well. Okay, good. Green means it's their kid, and blue means similar backstories or similar trauma, which is an important thing because all of my players decided to give themselves trauma of some caliber in this game, even though I started it as a cozy campaign. But that's fine. We'll still deal with it. It can be cozy, healing from trauma, I guess. So I started this, so I'm excited to have that. And the next session is starting. Flashback to the time where by accident every player was an orphan. I mean, it's pretty damn close in this. That's why the Xanathar's table is so good. Like, if you have a bunch of people, like that, new players especially, that'll come to your table and be like, I'm an orphan. I'm also an orphan. I'm also an orphan. You go, no, we're not doing that. Okay, we're starting over. Who needs parents, am I right? And I know that happy people don't go out and fight dragons, and that's why, you know, fucking adventures happen. There's a lot of other reasons to be sad except Batman. Okay? Batman is not the only person with a fucking tragic backstory. There are plenty of tragic backstories. A lot of them include your parents. Make your parents just assholes. Just do that. That's way more likely and way more interesting and allows the GM a lot more freedom. So just make your parents douchebags instead of making yourself an orphan, because that's boring. Let's be honest. So the session is starting with a little, I keep calling it a dance, but it's not really a dance. It's like it's a get-together, but there will be dancing because I have to torture the one player that has a crush. So, you know, and it's a cute little cozy thing to do, you know, and I want them to have interactions with the NPCs, obviously. I want to build that rapport between them. I want to make sure that everybody, has the chance to start the relationships with NPCs that they want, because that's kind of the main idea of this game. So I've got the beginnings of how everybody already in the town have, like, how they look at each other. I've got some crushes, unrequited, crushes, which is fun. Friends and business partners, that kind of stuff. So I have the idea that Juanetta, the center pillar, the community pillar, that's what it's called. The goblin that basically started this town. I have a list of what she'll say about each person if the players ask, or at some point she's in her cups and decides to give her opinion, like old women want to do. So, but I need ideas for more relationships. This is a small community of people. There should be connections in one way or another. I don't want anyone to outright hate each other, because otherwise nobody's getting anywhere in such a small community. But I need things for each character to either have, like, rumor about or something like that, and I need something, feeding into the relationship thing. I need more dynamics and things like that, and rumors that can be spread either maliciously or not. Most likely not. Excuse me. I also need quest ideas. I have a couple. This first one is going to be them going out and getting Sudai's tools back, which is exciting. I'm very excited to get them into their first real little quest. The second one is going to find the shepherd, Basra, who's the Minotaur gentleman who has a crush on the... Hi, Cool Jody. I'm doing great. How are you? Basra has a crush on Lila Greenspring, the wood elf woman who has 2 daughters, single mom. And one of her daughters, Fern, has a crush on Basra, which is a cute little dynamic to have of just, we'll see what happens. Because as of right now, it is unrequited both ways, obviously, because Fern is like, 10. But, but yeah, Basra having a crush on Lila is very cute to me. It gives him a little more depth because, quests, yes. Because I admit, I went to AI to give me prompts, because it helps me, jump up. When I'm not on stream, I don't always, have ideas flowing to me. So I did... Hang on. I do have a list of ideas that will build up that I could build into something. So I've got... here, let me go back to my camera. I wasn't following. What's the quick prompt? No, it's okay. No, I'm just saying I have a list of prompts, but I'm always looking for more. Eventually, I do want to give them the dungeon idea, where it's just like a dungeon close by that they can look into whenever they want to go get into battle. And it's going to be this multi-level thing that they can get out of any time, but it's going to be like, Stardew Valley, basically. But I'm looking for more interesting quest idea. I have a question. Yes, go ahead. Because AI can only do very basic things. The 100 floors from Paper Mario. Yeah, sure. I've never played Paper Mario, but sure. Yeah, it's a dungeon that whenever the players feel like getting into combat, they can go. But I'm not forcing them into combat any other time. Necessarily, anyway. It's just something that they can be aware what they're getting into and go to it. I'd like to get that done before they reach level 3. I want to talk to you about your panels. Oh, fuck off! I don't want you here. I don't want your stuff. Go away. No. Bye. Fucking people trying to fucking sell me shit. I don't want it. Does any wizard or alchemist need help doing math? Yeah. There's no wizards right now, except for Nubia, the player character. But it could become of interest for the community to look into more you know, ceremonial type magic to help them out. I specifically have a rule in chat that you have to agree to not try to tell me stuff. Like, for real. Hang on. There we go. I also like the idea of the healing spring. The pickle farm has exploded and people gotta find the exploder. Amazing. No pickle farm. There's a general farm right now. We need to figure... I need, like, small... Like, I was looking at, Stardew Valley for ideas, because... Can I sell you a soul? I have a few spares. I mean, it feels like I want to talk to you about... What am I talking about right now? Am I talking about my fucking... my bullshit setup? No, I'm talking about something, and you're interrupting me, coming into my chat. But I have a half-eaten banana peel. It's just so frustrating. I know those people are all over. Oh, ad time. Alright. I'll be right back. Oh my god, fucking people selling me shit. Okay, oops. There we go. Lost dog or cat. Ingredient for a cake is missing during the dance. A very shy person wants to ask someone to the dance, but is too shy to ask them. Well, ironically, that's one of my players. The ingredient for the cake is cute. I like that. What's an ingredient you can find relatively easily in the middle of a fucking forest is the question. And what shenaniganery could... Egg? I mean... They don't have... If they don't... Carrot... Ooh, carrot cake. Yeah, that's true. Maybe the peckins got out. The chickens got out? I mean, that's like... Chicken is bird from jungle of India. Yeah, we have peckin in this world. I'm gonna... Wild onions, also. I don't know if you need those for a cake. That's a very specific... What type of vibe for side quests? Cozy, cute, like, again, Stardew Valley kind of adorable, like, personal quests and stuff like that. I'm also looking for larger quests that specifically involve helping... You can make flour from nuts. That's interesting. Quests that specifically involve, building upon a community, and, like, expanding a city. So, like, increasing farm area. That's kind of hard to get adventurers to do because it involves clearing areas and planting stuff, which is something they could definitely do and get paid for, but it's gonna be like in Skyrim when you carry around potatoes and run into a farmer and you just sell them to him. I know yeah, macaroons are delicious. Absolutely. I love macaroons. So that's kind of the vibe I'm going for. It's very difficult to think about things that are cozy but exciting enough to warrant a side quest. Macaroons are made with almond flour. Oh, okay. So yeah, it could be something... Here, let me... Hang on, I have my... We might not... I mean... Okay, so here's my notes for the session. So there's gonna be a welcome dinner dance. I don't have a lot of, you know, I've got the everything that Juanetta is gonna say about these people. Flour you can make out of pine seeds. Cake you need flour, milk, eggs, and oil. So what if the Pekin got out? The chickens. That's my initial idea. Because what is that? Is that a Legend of Zelda thing? Doesn't that happen in Legend of Zelda where you gotta catch chickens? What are we doing right now? I'm trying to figure out side quests to continue on. I made that herb that we mentioned a few streams ago that might have been culturally important for the kobolds. Yeah, that's true. I'm looking for quests that are... First and foremost, I need a quest or some shenanigans to happen during a little welcome dinner dance of the small community, welcoming in the players. I want something to happen. I want something to happen during dinner that the players have to help with, and I'm just trying to figure out what. Something that's not necessarily dangerous, but kind of cute and fun to see what the players can, you know, creatively come up of how to solve. A restaurant bakery just opened and they have no way to set up all the flyers. A former speaker overslept or is missing. Unfortunately, the town is so small that they don't have any of those things. The bakery idea is great. Maybe we'll do that, but we don't have formal speakers yet. Someone is choking, but their species make it, so we gotta find the person who knows CPR. I don't know if any of our species are that straight. Potage le magnifique? Potage le magnifique. Okay. I mean, helping in the kitchen is a cute little cozy thing. I don't know what that is. Oh, that's right, the Elder Scrolls, that's what that was called. Oh my god, that's right. Oh yeah, and you make them guess. That's fun. I might do that. That's a good idea, Doc. That's really funny. Where you have like this whole bunch of like various ingredients that they can throw in. And like, it could be a disaster, it could be great. Which nation is this for? It is for the small community that... This is actually for a session now. We're not world planning right now, we are session planning. So, hang on, let me write that down because I like that idea. Whoops. I love that idea. Make them play Cooking Mama for 10 minutes. Player with the worst score makes the worst dish. Okay. Alright, no, here's... Okay. I think I got it. Excuse me, you're right. So everybody has to bring something, right? That's the rule. So all of the players get to be in the kitchen. Which nation is this? Oh, it's in Arcadia. Sorry, they're in Quick Spring Steading. Each character has to cook something to bring to the table. Choose ingredients. Make food. What kind of role would you guys do for making something? Or should I just make the characters tell me how they do it? Because performance could be if you're doing like a fucking Iron Chef kind of shit. Or knowledge. You have cooking tools. Yeah. In D&D, that's true. Recipe. Maybe one of the cakes goes awry and the player has to help fix it. Also possible. So, I like this idea. So, okay. So, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do... we're gonna do like an Iron Chef thing where all the characters have to cook together. Because they're all considered kind of one entity, I guess. Okay, that's fun. I like that. I will have to take some of you guys' plant life that you have made, and maybe a couple other ideas for sweet things. Or one of the servant drops a cake as they bump into a PC now they destroyed it, and they don't have the knowledge or skill to replace it. Oh! Safi redeemed tarot. Whoa, I haven't done a tarot for a bit. Let's see. I've got 3 decks. I've got my steampunk one, I've got my hush tarot, and I've got my Halloween one. Which one do you want? Here, let me go to full face cam so you can see the art when I pull it. Steampunk. Okay, got it. Alright, come here, you. Alright. Alright, and disclaimer. This is not magic. This is not... I'm not a professional of anything, really. Just, this is for fun. Alright, let's protect everybody here. Alright, so... Let's get this baby sorted here. And... but yeah, I like the idea of the kitchen. Tell me my fate. Yeah, I don't know if you have a specific question or not, or if you just want a general vibe reading, which is possible. But we'll see what the cards say. General vibe, cool. Another fun thing that I could do with this is the Warlock's, the Warlock's patron is a Fae of Mischief, so he could really fuck with them, which is fun. So the patron maybe is starting shit, which is fun to think about. Like he tips over something, or he, you know, causes the cake to go wrong, or something like that. So that could be a fun thing. That's a fun idea. Or, yeah. I prefer Cthulhu Tarot. I don't have that one. The patron just shows up to the party. That's an idea. Oh my god, that is an idea. Oh no. That's... Oh man. That's fun. He's not malevolent. He's a little shitty, but he's not malevolent. He's true neutral, god of mischief. He's not a bad guy. Because the player specifically requested not to have an asshole patron, so we're not doing that. But he might be a little shitty. If anybody out there has ever seen one of my favorite movies of all time, Drop Dead Fred, basically that's what he is. He's a child, and he's kind of an asshole, and he doesn't understand consequences to his actions. And sometimes to the misfortune of the, you know, people that, you know, get powers from him. So that could be a lot of fun. That could be... Oh, God. Oh, I got one. One fell out. I meant the villain from... Oh, fuck, I forgot the Disney princess. The one who cursed to break the finger asleep. Maleficent. There you go. Okay, here we go. What do we get? The Two of Pentacles, which is a very cool card. Lady riding on the penny farthing made out of pentacles. You gotta love that. Alright, let's see what the Two of Pentacles says. Hang on. Yes, I'm still reading from my book. I'm still learning the tarot. Key meanings of... What the fuck is a pentacle? A pentacle is a circle with a star in it. That's a pentacle. How do you not know that? Balance and stability. Achieving balance is possible when you focus on prioritizing what is most important. You are at a point in your personal development where you feel ready to integrate important life changes and achieve the sense of balance shown by the Two of Pentacles. The figure in this card is holding 2 pentacles connected by an infinity loop, signifying that one directly affects the other. He stands on one foot as he attempts to balance these 2 energies. Behind him, 2 ships navigate turbulent waters, representing the struggle to find stability amidst emotional upheaval. General reading. Balancing your schedule and personal obligations can be tricky. The Two of Pentacles asks you to flow with your emotions rather than allowing them to wash over you and knock you off balance. Anytime you strive to take your life to the next level, your routine and comfort zone will be momentarily disrupted. This is a normal part of expansion, but to leverage it in a healthy way, you will need to take a moderate approach. Only take on what you can handle and reach out for help when you feel overwhelmed. So there you go, Safi. I'm not prioritizing anything. I'm not changing anything. I am on balance. I have no plan of fixing that, and my feelings tell me not to do anything productive. Well, that's just what the cards are saying. Alright. Oh, stretch. Thank you. Yes. I need to do that. Oh my god. Stretch with me, people. Stretch with me. Ow, it's good for you. Especially when you're old like me. Oh. That was about to happen. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for that, Doc. Ironically, Doc would, of course, tell me to stretch. Okay. So there's your advice, Safi. You can choose to heed the cards or not. But I like... Ironically... well, you're a doctor, obviously, but you spelled it wrong. Alright, so let's do Puck shows up. Sound effect. Oh, I have to figure out how to do that? I do love that meme. It's wizard time, motherfuckers! Fireball! Pfft, that's really funny. I love that idea, and I don't know how to do audio commands yet, but I will learn, and I will add that the minute I figure that out. So thank you for requesting that, and let me write that down on my reminders here, because I'll forget otherwise. Fireball command audio. Okay. Alright, I wrote that down. I'll figure it out. Candy stock and Melora's treat maple would certainly be on the ingredient list. Yeah, definitely. Candy stock could be important from Ryoto, so it might be less plentiful, but Melora's treat goes naturally in Arcadia, yes. So it's definitely on the menu. The maple tree, that's completely edible. Yeah. I remember that one. Have a batch of dwarf salt. Yep. Yeah, I'll go through the list and I'll get as many as I can. Okay, so alright, so I do... Let's see. Hang on. Let me... Hang on. So, Puck, the Warlock's patron, based upon the same named character from a, from the Shakespeare play, Midsummer Night's Dream, in case you did not know. He is kind of a spirit, and add just a singular, normal, basic eggplant. Eggplants are very weird. So, I have to decide how this motherfucker's gonna show up. So, right now, Puck has 3 forms that he shows up as. This is the first one. This is how Evelyn, our warlock, met him. The second one is this one, who's, you know, kind of a gambit with way too much flair. And then this one is the one that nobody has seen yet. That's what he looks like under the masks that he wears. Smash. Yeah, I made him specifically hot. Because I love playing him, and he's fun. But, can he choose any form? Yes, that was my next question, is does he come in disguise? Because he has a very specific voice. He has a kind of a Beetlejuice thing going on. That's what he sounds like, right? So do I have him show up in complete disguise even from the Warlock, or should the Warlock know who he is and have that freak out? I'd say second form and have him remove it once he sits down. That's also true. He could come in a bit goth form, bored and sad, make me happy because the whole thing with our resident warlock is true to form with most D&D characters. She doesn't trust anybody. She doesn't want to make friends. She's traumatized from her past. She thinks it's because she was a half-elf that she was mistreated, and that is not true. Even the player doesn't know this. So, the reason she was mistreated in the... Hydrate, thank you, sir. Done. The reason she's mistreated because she stinks. No, she was good. She was a child, and she was unfortunately born into... Thank you, yeah. It's going up and down right now. She was born into this shitty place called Farwater, which is based upon, if you know preppers, if you know, shitty, people that judge others. It's just kind of a town of preppers that are very rare and not very long-lasting in Galdor. But she was unfortunately one of the people born within there, and her mother was in love with, and it was reciprocal, they were both consenting adults and they enjoyed it. So basically what happened was her mom was smitten with an archfey, and he was also smitten with her. It was not one of those things where he tricked her into, getting impregnated. Nothing like that. But they fell in love, and he tried to make it work on the material plane. He tried to come over to the material plane and raise his child. But when Fae come over to the material plane, and people who have been with Fae become Fae-touched, literally or figuratively, the material plane doesn't hold up to what they've experienced on the other side. So they tend to get depressed, they tend to maybe get a little crazy, they might get touched in the head, that kind of thing. But they had Evelyn, their child, unfortunately in this backwater bullshit place, probably just outside of it, but it was the closest, civilization to where they were. And they were seen as this kind of... They were judged by the people of Farwater as, like, witches or whatever, because they had the idea that they were Fae. That they knew they were Fae. Eventually, the mother and father had to leave. But they wanted their daughter... Because the father is an archfey, they knew their daughter wouldn't survive as a baby or as a child in the Feywild. So they left her there to get stronger. Kind of toxic, yes, but they also, quote-unquote, hired Puck. Puck is Evelyn's father's brother, quite literally. There's always worse. One of my players is a cross of a dragon dad and a Duergar mom. Whoa. And they made this slightly deformed 50% dragonborn, 50% dark-skinned humanoid, and thus his magic is a little wild sorcerer. And he's happy to be here. Nice. So, Evelyn's father sent Puck over to give Evelyn, tools to use to become stronger. Evelyn spent the first half, of her life, till she was about 11, kind of living on the streets, being mistreated. Then Puck showed up, and because Puck is Puck, and he doesn't quite understand how power dynamics work, he gave an 11-year-old basically a level 20 warlock's power source, and, his spells come to her in tarot cards. So, he gave her the whole deck. And she kind of did something to the city. We don't know what yet. It's kind of a mystery. She doesn't remember. Nobody remembers. Puck remembers, but he doesn't talk about it. Puck comes up with Supnies. Thanks for inviting me. Now this will be more fun, I assume. As for now, it looks like there is a dead horse. A little bit. So, she kind of went, you know how... I don't remember the character's name in Hellboy, but the girlfriend, the fire girl. Flint, for the love of Tiamat, do not cast anything in this corridor. Look at me, Flint. Use both your eyes to look at me, said the arcane archer Tabaxi after almost dying because of him. I would say yes, Puck is in disguise, but say to the warlock you feel a sense of familiarity to this person. That's a good idea. So Evelyn kind of blew up, like, had a psychic, like, awakening very suddenly and kind of fucked up the whole city. Or village. It's not really a city. It was smaller than that. But, and then she just fucked off and left. And then Puck had to be talked down by his brother from allowing her to continue to wield this fucking rocket launcher of power. So he took the deck back and started just dealing her singular cards, which is her spells, as she levels up. Okay? Hopefully I explained that alright. Evelyn and the player have no idea that this is the case. Puck is allowing her to continue operating under the assumption that she was judged because she's half-elf, even though half-elves are not really judged in this world. They're only judged in places like Farwater. She's never been judged anywhere else, but she hides her ears, she's terrified of being found out, all this other stuff, even though the two young girls in this town are half-elves and are completely beloved by everybody there. I introduced them specifically so she would have that kind of mirror and could kind of hopefully loosen up slowly but surely. But yeah, so, alright, so here's the fun part. We get to pick a disguise. Puck face reveal near the end is always fun. Yeah. So, what does Puck come disguised as? That's the next question. Work with me, Pinterest. Alright, there we go. Here we go. We could do like a satyr, which would be kind of fun because it kind of points a dog. Why not something similar to Vivi? Oh, the mage from Final Fantasy X or 9 rather. I love him. How about a female? Could be a girl. A fawn girl would be cute. Let's see. Yeah, really throw them off if it's a girl. I mean, tiefling is also kind of a centaur. That's a little bit too wild just yet. They're not too far into the wilds yet, but maybe. A tiefling would be fun just because, you know, I'm a little devil, ha 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 ha, you know, that kind of thing. Also, I love tieflings, who doesn't? Let's see. She's cool. Are hags a thing in Galdor? Yes, actually, hags are going to be the big bad of this first arc. Winetta, the goblin that started this town, is secretly a hag. So. Hexbloods are fun. Trifling for the Devil reverse card, he drew her into... Yeah, that was... That's a good thought. Should I make her really cute? Or, like... Oh, this one. I rather like her. She's very cute. Her name is Jinx. How about this? Oh, hang on. Okay. Tiefling good. Tiefling always good. Ooh, she's very pretty. I like her. Oh, let me get rid of these extra windows here that I don't need anymore. Make her goth. Also sus because the tunnel is blocked. Yeah, how did you get here? I don't know. Just the kind of non-committal responses. Hang on, let me get rid of these here. Oops, not that one. This one. Make her goth. Alright, that shouldn't be hard with a tiefling. Hang on. Can I suggest something in regards to hags? Yes, of course, absolutely. She's cute. Oh, how about this one? Ooh, I like the way they did her horns. The crosses for eyes are a little intense, but you know. Credit to Heart Monkey on Tumblr. Very cool. I'm gonna get an ad in a second, I think, even though my fucking countdown doesn't work anymore. I don't know why. Oh, hang on. Oh, get out of here. There we go. Oh, this one's good too. Changelings in this world exist, but rather than being the children of doppelgangers, they're hags who have revoked their evil and their ego to live among mortals in peace. That might actually tie in to... Huh. That's a good idea. That's an excellent idea, actually. That kind of ties with what I'm going for with Winetta, is that she was a hag, but she kind of... something didn't take with whatever transformation. I had a different... What are Hexbloods, then? Yeah, it's an ad! Shit. We'll get back to it in a second. Okay, we're back. What are Hexbloods then? Hexbloods, hang on. I haven't read up on Hexbloods recently. They're basically like hag daughters, right? Something like that? Or daughters, yeah. That could still happen, I guess. This one's good too. Oh, I already have that one open. There we go. Ooh, she's pretty. Oh, this one. That's pretty goth. Let Lolita. Half hags. Changelings would straight up be a type of hag. Yeah. There you go. Yeah, this check guide to Ravenloft. That's where it is. Thank you. Yeah, so Hexbloods could absolutely still exist. They might be people that like take an agreement with a hag, and there's like some sort of clause in their contract that talks about it. Where's Ravenloft? Hexblood, there it is, 18. Hexbloods are individuals infused with eldritch magic, fey energy, or mysterious witchcraft. So it could be either of those three. Usually artificial hag daughters that became hags at the end of a ritual. Some who enter into bargains with hags gain their deepest wishes, but eventually find themselves transformed. These changes evidence a hag's influence: ears that split in forked points, skin in lurid shades, long hair that regrows if cut, and an irremovable living crown. That's very cool. Along with these marks, Hexbloods manifest hag-like traits, like dark vision and a variety of magical methods that beguile the senses and avoid the same. While many Hexbloods gain their lineage after making a deal with a hag, others reveal their nature as they age, particularly if a hag influenced them early in life or even before their birth. Many Hexbloods turn to lives of adventure, seeking to discover the mysteries of their magic, to forge a connection with their fey natures, or to avoid a hag that obsesses over them. So, there's no reason that they can't also exist, frankly. Share my hag spawn in my world. Ooh. Whoa! I love him. Them. Person. What is their name? I must know. I love me a good old monster boy. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with her because she's very cute. Yeah, smash. That is hag spawn. They command shadow. Oh, it's like a monster type. Okay, I see. Excuse me. I thought it was like a character that you had. That's cool. I love them. Oh, you know what? What might be a better choice with the disguise? Like her? I need to make her a half-elf. That is completely out with her ears. That way, because Puck's gonna fuck with Evelyn, and, like, and it's totally fine, so he can show her, like, you see, it's not that big of a deal, you know, that kind of thing. So, that's a better idea. I'm gonna save this. I'm gonna fuck with Evelyn this session. That's exciting. The tiefling idea was great, but this is more in line with what Puck would want to, you know, embody in the whole exchange, basically. Whether or not he, you know, shows himself is, you know, I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe so. We'll decide. We'll see how the energy changes. We'll go from there. Want another monster? Yes, please. I love the design of the other ones. They're super cool. Woman makes a deal with devil. They have a child that will be the devil's warlock and tiefling. Woman sells child. I've seen this. I've seen that idea, and I really want to do it. I really want to do it. The fight for custody is it would be very cathartic for me as a child of divorce. Like the idea that changelings are what happens when a hag abandons their evil nature. Yeah, especially because it's more in line with what changelings actually are and should be. Fae. They can still be shapeshifters, but they should definitely be Fae in my mind. Absolutely. Great Fae Elk, or Great Ones as they are called themselves. Basically Fae protectors. Love this. Ooh, so cool. Yeah, I usually, whenever I involve the Fae or traveling through the Feywild, I usually involve a great white stag, because that's old mythology that's always included in Fae stories and stuff. So, yeah, they're basically protectors of ancient forests and stuff. So I totally get this idea and I love it. They're super cool. I love the eyes going up the fucking antlers. That's gnarly. This is Fae Protector in the material plane. Also awesome. Very cool. Okay, hang on, let me add this to my notes. Puck shows up, disguised as a half-elven woman, ears full out, with no shame, to show Evelyn she is safe here. What should we name? Is Winetta a changeling instead of a hag now? Yes and no. If we're gonna do changelings, which is awesome, she's an extremely powerful changeling. But she's hiding it. Basically, the whole idea with Winetta is she was one of the ones. If you've played Baldur's Gate, you know how she ate the kid and then was gonna barf it back up and it would be a hag. That's what happened to Winetta and two other girls when they were children. And they were all brought up by this coven of hags to become their own coven. But something in the transformation with Winetta, or the little girl that used to be Winetta, didn't take. Some sort of thing. Well, right now it could be just the fact that she she just decided not to be evil. She didn't like what they were doing, and then she left her coven, and now her coven is looking for her. So she can't use her powers. She's super powerful. She can only use magic based upon the area that she is in. So... What? Wait. Hang on, time out. Pickle juice. Fuck. Wow, that was a hell of a... Use the Shadowhounds, I promised. They are fun as they bite. Relive your worst memory. Jesus. Oh, look at him. He's cute, though. So yeah, she has to hide from her coven by not using her powers. So she can only use like land-based, like botany and like potions made from plants and that kind of thing. She can't use her actual magic without showing her... I'd eat one. Without showing herself to her coven and potentially bringing them to, you know, where she is. So that's the whole thing. Alright. What do we name Puck's alter ego? Something funny. She's something that kind of hints. I need something... something that hints to Janice. What is that reference to? I like it, but what's it reference to? Did Puck have any other names? I feel like he did. Janus is a two-faced god in Roman or Greek mythos. Oh, that's cool. Hang on, let me see if Puck has any other names. I think he does. Shakespeare. There we go. Robin Goodfellow. Done. Her name is Robin. And my player will get it. Will get it. Because she knows the play. Half-elf, named Robin Goodfellow. I knew he had a different name. Fake Pucks is an anagram of pace cuffs, okay? Great, cool. She can say Robin Goodfellow, daughter of Janus. That's cool, yeah. Alright. Daughter of Janus. Oops. There we go. That's fun. Daughter of Janus is reference to Vampire the Masquerade bloodlines. Oh, you're right! Oh my god. I was like, wait, why does that sound familiar? Hell yeah. Oh god, I love that game so much. Oh my god. The second one is gonna be garbage, but the first one is just perfect. I copied the changeling idea to Galdor's suggestions, so you don't lose it. Thank you. Malkavians for the win. Yes, they're my favorite clan. My Ventru married the Malkavian Antediluvian, so hey! Because I don't trust myself to play a Malkavian well, so my storyteller was very, very kind to me and gave me a Malkavian to marry, and the most powerful Malkavian on the planet. So you gotta love it. I love him. Cool. Alright. My Malkavian was in love with her alter ego in the mirrors that she talked to. Oh, that's fucking tragic. I love that. Alright. This is fantastic. Okay, so I've got a lot to feed to the characters between the cute, cozy, like, kitchen shenanigans and then Puck showing up. I'm very excited for this. I'm gonna have to, like, kind of think of, like, some character interactions and what they would say and that kind of stuff. But that's gonna be super, super fun. Thank you guys. I needed that. I needed that to fill out the session. I am super, super excited. I searched Ore on Pinterest. Why are there anime women in bikinis every 7 posts? That is the curse. That is the curse of Pinterest, unfortunately. Can we now read Galdor's suggestions and comment on them? Yeah, of course, absolutely. Here, let me... Got about 15 minutes to go, so yeah, we got some time to do that. Oh! Safi, these pictures! Where did you find these? Hang on. I love those. Did you draw? You didn't draw these that quick, did you? Whoops. Pinterest. Wow, that's beautiful. Those are very cool. Alright, I love that. Alright, hang on. I gotta find... Here we go. Mineral. Ultraviolet. Deep purple mineral is only found at the make of mineral springs. If the conditions are right. This mineral has a deep violet color and is milled into fine dust. It increases the depth of the color. It reacts to sun when time is just before sunrise or just after sundown. It glows turquoise. Reacts to UV in more modern term. Okay. It is a sought after color for artists as it believes the most violet color that can be produced. Often it is utilized to color fabric, but due to cost of production is in general reserved for nobility or wealthy people. Love that. Seam, like the seam from which it springs. Oh, okay, I gotcha. Okay, let's see. Papaya we did. Cave wings. We did that. Dagger cap we did. Dragon, and onion weed. This common species of chive produce flowers that resemble gears and grow rapidly like a weed. They grow about everywhere and bloom during spring. Ooh, that's fun. Lancer's rope. Originally manufactured by Lancer the Great. Lancer's rope is an artificial mineral that is made by boiling a mix of water, galdite, and a dash of green plants, chlorophyte, and pouring the mixture in a pot with a singular needle-sized hole at the bottom. Keep the mixture heated, and over the course of 3 days, a rope of crystals will form. Once fully cooked, the base can be torn off and the crystals hang like chains. The crystals are very fragile, but they cut very well. Makes for really good tools and knives, and unconventional whips. Ooh. Though one day someone could discover its musical properties. Aww, I love that! That's very cool. I really like that one. Black chestnut tree. This medium-sized tree with smooth grayish bark and heart-shaped leaves produces several hundreds of small bean-shaped nuts every year. It is a solitary tree as it produces chemicals in the ground which prevent another tree or grass to grow underneath it. The chestnuts are mildly poisonous but can be baked, deskinned, left in a stream for a day, and crushed to make a paste which can be cooked and eaten safely. This paste has gel-like consistency and bland taste, but if food is scarce, people are often collecting them and eating them. Children also like to collect them, as when dried they make a rattling sound when shaked. Ah, that's fun. Hirota. This flowering plant producing meaty, small yellow fruiting bodies with a taste somewhere between a bell pepper and a tomato. It is filled with small black seeds, which are bitter in taste, originally used for decorative purposes, as the bundles of flowers are yellow and dainty, but lately it has started to be used in cooking as well. Very cool. Kusaiwa, a rather pungent herb. This special herb is culturally important to kobolds and dragonborn, although it only grows on high mountains, of which Ryoto has few. When mixed with various other cultural plants, this herb can be made into an herbaceous vegetable broth known as yasaipu, which is a remedy for stomach cramps. Oh, that's fun. I love the medicinal qualities in plants because it would make sense for Ryoto. Falsera. This plant is wildly growing with star-shaped silvery leaves. Even so, it has flowers. It is often collected in forms of leaves to brew herbal tea, which has a calming effect for upset stomach and can fight mild fever. Love that. Thumbs! Ah, Thumbs! Thumbs, you made it! Thumbs! Hey, you're in the game. You have a mushroom named after you. Or a mollusk. A mollusk is named after you. Mollusk lives attached to rocks in cold streams and filter food from it. It is the size of a thumb, and if collected, it needs to be detached quickly, as it can hold stronger than its shell can withstand. Often collected and eaten if no fish were caught as an emergency food. Not pleasant, but if salt and butter is added, it's not bad. Nice. Let's see. Broomstone. This weird brown reddish stone is magical in property. When dug out of the ground, it can only be moved horizontally, but can support several tons vertically. Whoa! That's crazy. I'm trying to think of the fucking broken ass stuff that players would do with that. That's real specific and I love it. That's funny. Red sugar, stolen from Deep Rock. A red crystal with a citrus crunchy taste, like Pop Rocks. Hell yeah! When eaten, the consumer heals 1d8 HP, but due to its toughness, it takes both an action and bonus action to crunch and swallow. When one takes over 5 bites, they overdose and have a chance of getting literal kidney failure, often used in medicine in a powder form at the cost of losing healing capacity. Whoa! Alright. That's fun! Yeah, that's what healing potions could be made out of. That's fun. I love that. That's a great idea. Fucking, they taste like Pop Rocks. That's awesome. I love that. I can't wait. I can't wait to describe a healing potion that tastes like Pop Rocks. I'm gonna use that forever now. All healing potions taste like Pop Rocks. That's really quick. Alright, I'm so excited for this session now, you guys. Now that I can fucking put Puck in there as this crazy interaction, and Evelyn's gonna have a fucking coronary as she's trying to, like, keep calm. Very excited for that. That was a great idea. That was Doc. Appreciate that. Fantastic idea. Summer Kiss. This dandelion-looking plant has a large single root filled with nutrients it needs to survive winter. Has not medicinal property, but children are digging it and chewing it as it is sweet in taste. Oh, yeah. You've heard of thumbs. Get ready for pinkies. A species of predatory bird that hunt thumbs using their long and sharp beaks. They use leverage to pop the shell open, and their wings are used to remove the reflection from the water. Oh, that's fun. I love that. You're gonna get a hold all the fingers. Oh, nighttime! Daytime! I love that. I love them. It's very good. We are making ecology now. Yes! Oh, I think I know who I'm gonna raid, you guys. Let me see if she's still going. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna raid a Cozy Laura. If you guys haven't heard of her, she's great. She does cozy streams, she knits and stuff, so I really like her. She's super calming to watch, so we're gonna raid her in a second. This shelf mushroom, sand shelf. This shelf mushroom grows on dried bodies of cacti with ta'amun, a deep yellow color, sometimes called pecan of the sands. This mushroom is edible and incredibly savory. Ooh, that's fun. Alright, let me get my stuff set up here, because I'm gonna go and get ready for gym and clean up around the house a little bit, because it needs it. Yeah. Silver strands, a breed of small fish which are present in all streams. It is too small for humans to eat or catch, but can be used to make bait, and many birds and predatory fish eat them. Yeah! I love that. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead... Here, let me set this up here. I'm gonna stop my music. Here we go. Cool. I'll hop off after the raid, see you all nerds. Yeah, thank you guys so much. You guys went off again in chat, and I very much appreciate it. Holy crap. So I've got a lot to kind of note and talk about and think about tonight for the session tomorrow. And I will be back on Monday, and we'll hang out and talk the session and other stuff. And yeah, don't forget to play Pretend. take care of yourselves, drink your water. I appreciate it, each and every one of you. And have a great day. And we're gonna go ahead and set up the raid. Whoops. Raid. Hopefully I eat the rocks. Let me make sure I spell this right. Hang on. Cozy Laura. There we go. Alright, here we go. Yay! Alright. So thank you guys. Have a great day. I will see you on Monday.